Okay, dude. So, um, I got a kind of lame video, I think, for y'all, but I had a realization today, like, as to why I think I've had. I don't want to sound like arrogant on this, but I've had a really good, like, my whole career, every job I've ever had, I can go back to. Every customer I've ever had, even the ones that don't, that like I don't work with anymore, they still don't have anything bad to say about me, and it was a really good relationship for the most part. And I think I watched this video today that kind of let me figure out, I think, one of the things that I've done that a lot of people do, and it's just about ego and curiosity and humility, right? So I watched this video today of this old dude. It was this video game streamer. I can't remember his name. I should have. Man, it was weird. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna overlay right here. There's a thumbnail of the video because I should give this guy credit. I watched his video. I was inspired by the video to make one. So it was a great video. And this old dude, he had never played video games his whole life, said they're a waste of time, and his son's a streamer and makes money, so he obviously doesn't think that's the case anymore. And he agreed to for his first video game play, like to play from start to finish ever, he would do it on his son's stream, and his son picked Dark Souls, which is like, if you don't know, it's like I've never played the game, but I do know it's like a one hitter and you're done type joint. It's a very difficult game. And so the old dad was, obviously you see where this is going. He was surprised by how challenging it was. He thought it was very rewarding, and he just had to kind of like, open-mindedness and humility and curiosity about the whole gaming community and all the people and his son's, career. And everybody was just exceptionally welcoming to him. And, and he was like surprised by that. And, I kind of was too, but then I was like, why? I've seen this a million times. Like whenever me and my buddies like to start, when it was like dollar beer night on Wednesday at the bowling alley, we started going bowling a lot. And then we went on Monday nights, and all the people that bowled were trying to get us to join the league, and they were also friendly and nice to us. I started playing golf recently, and I was shocked by, like, dude, golfers, like, I'm not cocky. I don't lie and tell people I'm better than I am. I'm not sitting there trying to show you how badass I am. I'm just like, hey, I'm new to golf. I'm like trying to learn from people, and everybody's so awesome to me. And like, every time I play with a stranger, they give me their number. They're like, call me, let's play again. You're a great guy to play with. And it's because I'm not trying to show them how badass I am. I'm trying to learn from them, right? I think what they're doing is cool. I want to be part of it. And that makes it, the way humans just operate, like that's across the board. If you go to Japan and you get into really an interest in their shit, they're going to reflect it. You go to Indonesia and you try some of their shit, and you're like, you're curious and you're open-minded, respectful, and you're like, this is awesome, and you're trying to learn from them, they're going to reflect that back to you. And so throughout my career, when I've been on job sites or like, or like properties with customers in particular, like I'm dealing with like a building engineer. I'm not trying to kiss his ass, but I'm curious about his job when I'm talking to him. I'm not trying to tell him how badass I am. I have the confidence in myself. Obviously, I'm very confident in what I can do. I know I can deliver, but that's not what we're talking about. And I'm like, a lot of times I'm talking about their job and what they do, and I'm usually kind of like impressed. I'm like, damn, because like a lot of these building engineers, they're handling billion-dollar properties and stuff. This is big jobs, right? And so like I'll be asking them about their job and just curious, and they want to tell me more. And then that helps me figure out where I fit into their workflow and how I can actually like maybe help, where I can see where I can be plugged in and make their life easier. But like, because I'm going in, instead of me trying to go in and show them how badass I am, I'm more curious about how badass they are and how I can fit into that. Right. And so that's without that ego, because that's a big thing. You got to understand, I think ego is where a big problem with ego is you want other people, you need validation from other people. And if you can get rid of that, right? Like, understand you're a badass, you're cold, like you're good. Like you don't need to prove it. Like you don't need to prove, people just assume, you know what I mean? If you're a plumber in a pro vehicle with pro tools and shit, like everybody assumes you got this, so there's no need to go and be like so cocky trying to show people how badass you are. Instead, be curious about how badass they are, how you can fit into that. And I mean, it works across the board. So like, I think that like when I was working for like the airline companies, like I was really curious about the way everything worked. And like everybody that worked for those airline companies was so awesome to me. When I was doing work at like the server farms where you had to get like ocular scans to get into certain parts of the buildings, and it was like super high security. I was really curious about everything with that. And like those security guys and like, or the building guys that like facility dudes that were directing me around, they loved telling me about how like all the complex stuff, and they would show you, hey, check out this thing here. This is let me show you the generators, and they would just love to show off their shit to you. And I truly, and it's not like I'm kissing their ass, I truly enjoyed. Like I went to Emerson one time, and they tested all these regulators, and they had like 36-inch gas line with like an air compressor the size of a double wide mobile home. And dude, like I'm talking to this building engineer about it, and he just is loving telling me all about it, right? And I'm enjoying learning about it. And that openness and lack of ego, that's how you like it works with all humans, right? So I don't know. I'm surprised I just now realized that today, but I think it's a reason why I've been able to kind of make friends pretty easy too in life, because I'm not trying to show you how badass I am. And anytime I have, like when I was like probably 15 to 17, I probably had an issue with having like too much ego and like wanting the world to respect me and think I was badass already. And maybe even longer than that. I mean, I still battle with it to a degree. I think all humans do. But the less of it you have, I think it's just instantly you're welcomed. I mean, you are welcomed. So I don't know. I feel like there is a way to apply that into every aspect of work. Just drop that damn ego and watch your connections multiply, and like watch how welcomed you are. And then whenever you are welcomed, you can turn those people's like skills and resources as part of your toolkit. Like not like you're gonna steal from them, but like you're gonna learn from them. And their tools and resources are now part of your shit because you're gonna incorporate, and because you're humble and open minded. So see you later.